It's finally really heated up here in Dallas, Texas, and the chickens are a bit stressed, as you can see. I put the sprinkler on for them, so hopefully that'll cool things off a bit. And I planted a tree. It's doing great. And some greenery, some hyacinth beans, and some Jerusalem artichokes, all to give them a little bit of shade in this hot Texas weather. Hey you guys, this is Dash at Bloom Where You're Planted, and this video is all about insects. I raise insects on my little farm for my chickens because the more insects I can raise, the less I have to pay for chicken feed. I raise mealworms, red wigglers for vermicomposting, and black soldier flies. As you can see, I kind of let my insect populations waver. So this video is about breathing new life into them again and get them up and going again. It's one of those things I've been putting off, but we're not any longer. We're gonna get things done on the homestead. Get her done. On this video, you guys, we're gonna concentrate on vermicomposting. How to get that black gold for your garden. By black gold, I mean fertilizer that can really ramp up your garden and feed your family. Here is my vermicomposting bin. I haven't been in it in a while. Let's see how it's doing. Nothing is alive in here. And there's one worm. One lonely worm. They either died out in a really hot time or a cold freeze. I don't remember, but either way, starting over. I'm gonna go dump this out. As you can see, lots of liquid in there. And some wood pieces to hold it off so it can drain properly. Okay, I'll dump that out too. Starting over. The front yard garden will love this. Black gold. So good for the garden. Okay, we're gonna put the wood pieces back. Hold that off the ground, or off the bottom, I should say. That fits right in there just like that. But right now I'm going to take it out so we can get the substrate made. For my substrate, I got some coconut core. You can probably use newspaper, but honestly, who reads the newspaper anymore? Maybe if I get some packing paper for Amazon, that's more likely. Well, that is soaking. Let me show you something fun. A friend of mine gave me this beautiful composter from Uncle Jim's worm farm. So I got some coconut core for that too. And soak it in there. And then here are my live worms. They came in the mail today, just a little bit ago. Again, from Uncle Jim's worm farm. This is so fun. It's an inside composter. So that way, if my worms die outside for some reason, then I will still have a population of worms. So you've got 2 layers. And then there's a little place for the liquid, can't remember what it's called, leche maybe, to come down here. And it goes out there. I probably should wash that out. It might be stopped up. Okay. And then there's a little spout on the bottom. You can turn it on and off for the liquid to come out. So you can put something under it, collect the liquid, and put it in your garden. right, this should be fun. I think the purpose of the 2 layers, I need to go on Uncle Jim's worm farm and read the instructions about it, but I think I'm gonna be feeding in 1 layer and then the worms are gonna crawl up into that layer and then I can harvest the other layer. That's what I'm thinking is gonna happen here. But yeah, that would be a fun inside composter for me to try. All right, break this up a bit. And this bin does have drainage holes in the bottom, so even if it gets too wet here up top, it will drain into the bottom. All right, that seems good. Not too wet, not too dry. All right, time for worms. I've got to save some for my little composter. Okay, they look happy. Hope you guys can see that. Lots of red wigglers, which are the good composting worms. Okay. Let me get my other composter ready. Go get some worms. Gotta hurry. Here we go, guys. Okay, here's other fun news. Victory. I went to a local health food store of mine and I got some great cabbage clippings for my worms and to start all my insects. So I'm going to feed them with this to start with. Okay, eat and multiply. Okay, we're gonna go put this one inside. Okay, there we go. That's gonna live right in the corner there. Now I have tried keeping vermicomposting bins in the house before, not this one, but a different container, and they did get gnats. So I'm going to keep you guys updated on this vermicomposting bin indoors and let you know how it works for me. I can always put it outdoors somewhere in the shade if it ends up getting gnats or smelling or something. So yeah, vermicomposting, getting those insects to work for me. My vermicomposting inside bin has been booted out because of gnats. Unfortunately, there were so many gnats in our house that they got booted out, but I found a solution. We're gonna take care of that now. Then hopefully they can join us back inside again. The reason I want them inside is because red wigglers do a lot better in a more temperate climate, whereas it gets a little hot and a little too cold for them outside. But if I were gonna do an outside bin, like this is my outside bin right here, see how it's much deeper, so they can go lower. It's a little cooler down there. I've got a lot more substrate in there that they can dive on deep when it gets cold and hot to regulate the temperature. This one, so shallow, I don't think that would be the case, but I was really wanting to have an inside bin. That way, if something happens to my outside bin, which has happened in the past, it's gotten too cold, frozen, or too warm, then I'll have a ready supply. If I have these inside, I'll have a ready supply of worms to go to get them started again. Wow, look at all those worms, doing great. Okay, now for the solution to the gnats. What I did is I went and got some mosquito dunks. And then I soaked them in a glass of water. This is just the remnant. So So I put them in a spray bottle so I could spray these worms. Spray the whole system down really good. And then I'll also pour what's left in the bottom there over them. And apparently this is going to get rid of the gnats laying eggs, but it is not going to hurt my worms. Unfortunately, I think because I left some of the stuff in there, it's getting kind of stopped up. So note to self, maybe just take the water and filter out these big chunks so that it'll spray on there better. It's doing okay. I also think I'll drench it a little and let it drain. And that should get rid of the gnats so that my worms can join us back inside again. I hope I have inspired you to bloom wherever God has planted you. Bloom where you're planted. Stay tuned, you guys. The next video will be about how I leveled up my mealworm bin to give me lots of good food for my chickens. If you guys haven't seen my solar fountain video, I'll link up in the description for you guys to go and check it out. Harness that great Texas sun for something beautiful in your garden.